guys, welcome or welcome back. We have a very exciting video today. I'm very excited for it, but today we're going to be reading April's most anticipated releases. We have so many good books that are coming out in April. I'm really hoping that I'm going to be able to find a 5-star read because I feel like we're set up for success, but maybe because I'm so excited. No, I'm not going to jinx it, but I'm hoping for a 5-star read. So before we get started, let's get into the books that we're going to be reading. Okay, what time is it? Because I have to leave for work soon. We're going to be reading 5 new releases. Right now I only have 3 out of the 5 books physically. 2 of the books haven't come out yet, so we do have to wait for those to be released. Let's talk about them. The first book we're going to be reading is Wild Love by Elsie Silver. As you can see, I've already started it. I'm already halfway through this book, and I'll talk about my thoughts on this so far a little bit later. This is the first book in the Rose Hill series. So I've only read book 1 of the Chestnut Springs series. I really want to keep up with new releases for you guys, so I decided to pick this one up. I think Chestnut Springs is more like cowboy romance, and this one is more like country billionaire series. We have The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. I am so excited about this. I just read 5 Survive by her probably a month ago. Her writing, it just literally is such a fast-paced read. The premise of it sounds so interesting. All of her books that I've read, I have loved. Very excited about this. Then we have Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. This book I'm so excited for. I've been hearing such amazing things about it. Don't come for me. I haven't read any of her other books. Just every time I go on BookTube, I feel like I see so much hype around any of her books. And this one has been such an anticipated new release for the book community that the second it got released, I just had to pick it up. And it is obviously a summery book. And usually I don't read summer books until I'm in the summer. But I'm kind of feeling the summery vibes. It just started being warm out and just started being sunny. I feel like reading a summer book is just gonna get me even more excited for this warm weather that's coming my way. This is also in no particular order. I'm just showing you guys what books we're gonna be reading for today's video. And then the 2 books that I don't have with me physically are going to be Funny Story by Emily Henry. If Emily Henry has no fans, I'm dead. When I read Beach Read a long time ago, that book is what made me fall in love with romance books and with reading in general. I am literally so excited for this book. And then the last book that we're going to be reading for April's most anticipated reads is Powerful by Lauren Roberts. This is the little novella to Powerless. And then Reckless, which is the second book, doesn't come out until July. Powerless, I rated a 5-star, and I am absolutely in love with the world and the characters. July seems so far away to wait to read Reckless, and I'm literally dying for that book to come out, so me reading this will make it seem a little bit less far away. So those are the 5 books I'm going to be reading in today's little reading vlog. You guys, I'm literally so excited. Like I said, we're starting out with Wild Love because I'm currently already a little halfway through. I'm really enjoying it. I don't know why it took me so long to pick up any of Elsie Silver's books. I've been eating up cowboy country romance vibes. I literally can't put them down. They're so good. Right now we're reading Wild Love. I'm halfway through, and I will update you guys on how I'm feeling a little bit later. Okay, update time. I have a little bit less than 50 pages left, so I thought I would give you guys some of my thoughts as of now. Because I did start this vlog already halfway through, you guys didn't really get to see my thoughts at the beginning of the book, but I did write down a couple of things. So in romance books or rom-coms, You usually have like a boyfriend or a significant other the main character starts off with. The author is going to kind of set it up. You're most likely not going to like that person that they're with at the beginning. Never have I ever been so aggravated by someone. Something happens at the beginning and just the way this boyfriend responds, ugh, right off the bat, hated him. Anyways, Elsie Silver knows how to do it right. Everything about their relationship, their banter is so good. It doesn't feel cringy at all. Like, you can feel the years of friendship and chemistry. You can feel it coming off the page. It's just done so well. And I'm really, really loving it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and finish this book today. I'm very excited. And I will check back in with you guys later. I already put her up on my bookshelf, but I finished Wild Love and it was so good. I haven't quite gathered all my thoughts yet. I literally just put it down. And there's just something about Elsie Silver's writing that it just feels so realistic and while also still holding that like rom-com or romance book quality. Everything about Ford and Rosie's relationship was perfection. Ford was literally just the perfect all-around book boyfriend. He was protective, but he wasn't overbearing or overprotective. He was respectful. He was just a king, if you will. Funny Story comes out in literally a couple days, and I don't want to start another book, then have to wait to read it because I want to read it like immediately. Then what am I supposed to do for the next 2 days? I don't know. I haven't decided. I will check back in with you guys later when I do start my next read. So since the last time you saw me, it's just been going downhill since then. Now I'm very sick and I'm staying home from work today. I feel literally horrible, so that's awesome. The show must go on. I did in fact start Funny Story by Emily Henry and I'm really enjoying it so far. Sorry if I'm just a little disoriented today because I'm so tired and I didn't sleep last night and I feel horrible. Just don't feel good, babes. I don't feel good. Let's debrief a little bit more. I'm only on chapter 4, so I'm about 30 pages in, but I'm really, really liking it. Right off the bat, I knew Emily Henry was gonna knock this out of the park, and so far, and you can see the potential for their relationship already kind of building up. They're both kind of still in the heartbroken state. They do already have that sort of like bonding aspect of going through literally the exact same thing right now. Because I am not feeling the best, I am having a hard time reading at the moment, so I might take a break for a little bit and just watch some TV or watch some YouTube, but my brain fog is so bad right now. I want to be enjoying this to the fullest. But those are kind of my initial thoughts. So can we just talk about the cover for a second? I love this color. Look at the side. It's so gorgeous. I hope the paperback also looks like this because all of our other books I have are in paperback, so guys, good morning. If you can see the mess going on back here, please ignore it. Dylan brought over his little console to play video games yesterday. It's been about a week since I originally started Funny Story, and it hasn't taken me this long to read it because I didn't like it. It's because I literally was so sick on my deathbed that I haven't had the chance to actually pick it up until yesterday, where I did in fact read like 200 pages because it's so good. I did put on my Written by Emily Henry sweatshirt just in honor of this today. I'm on page 274 out of around 400, I believe, so I have a little over 100 pages left. How do I put my thoughts into words? I don't know. This book, I'm literally loving it so much. Something about the banter of this book is literally superior. Emily Henry really never fails. I don't know how else to put it. She never failed. Emily Henry is known for always having a more meaningful story going on other than the romance, and the romance just like kind of adds to it. Funny Story is a lot about post-breakup, getting to know yourself without another person, and that is such a universal experience. I feel like she's doing such a good job giving you that feeling of like what it's like to find yourself after such a long-term relationship. But also, she's not making the romance that is happening feel like a rebound romance. This is literally making me want to reread all of her other books. Hoping I will get to finish this book today. I'm really loving it, and I will talk to you guys later. Hi everyone, it's the next day. I did in fact finish Funny Story. There's a couple things I want to talk about and dissect a little bit. I had just the best time reading it. Something about Emily Henry's writing just scratches an itch in my brain, and I love it so much. Her word choice is so intentional and so good. This is gonna be another one of my absolute favorites by her. When we originally started this book, I was a little taken aback by Miles, our main love interest, because he was kind of unlike any other main character or love interest that I had seen in most of Emily Henry's books and just romance books in general. Miles was just this guy that smokes and wears Crocs and watches movies too loud. I saw somewhere that someone compared this book, or Miles specifically, to Nick from New Girl. Nick from New Girl is very much like not the usual person that you root for, has a lot of flaws, and immediately I realized why I loved Miles so much is I am a Nick stan. I love him so much. Once I finished Funny Story, I did pick up Powerful by Lauren Roberts. This did really bug me. What is that? Why is it so short? For even more scale reference, like this is my hand and this is the book. Literally smaller than my head. Now to talk about how I'm feeling about it so far. At the very beginning, we get a little bit of an explanation about how they met, but I liked just getting that tiny bit of backstory. I'm also having a hard time getting into kind of a fantasy world. I just need to power through and get into the thick of this one before I can make any real judgments about how I'm enjoying this book. Oh no. I accidentally just closed it and lost my spot. Okay, I found it. I'm on page 105, so I'm about halfway. I'm 41% through, so almost halfway. This is going by so quick. So if you've read Powerless, which hopefully you have, I just got to the part where Adina goes to the castle to be a seamstress for the trials. So I just got to that part where she's going to the castle. I'm not really sure what I'm feeling about it. I feel like I'm not necessarily super connected to the characters, but I do think it's fun. It's kind of seeing her point of view going into now this part where she's going to be at the castle. I think it's going to be really interesting to see her point of view of things. The romance is good. I am enjoying it, but like I said, I'm not super connected to the characters. And I feel like because it's so short, the romance does feel a little bit rushed. I sound like I'm not liking it, but I am really liking it. Like, I'm literally cruising through this and I am thoroughly enjoying it. So far, I am glad that I decided to read it. Maybe we'll find out some more things that we didn't know from the first book, maybe. I'm kind of hoping that I can finish this by tomorrow. I'm gonna continue reading and we're gonna see how it goes. You're the embodiment of everything I am not, and yet here I am, crawling back to you as though I've left a piece of myself behind. You're in the home stretch. I have about 40 pages-ish left. I'm definitely either gonna finish it tonight or tomorrow morning before I have to go into work. Before, I wasn't like super connected to the characters, and I'm still not emotionally attached to them just because of circumstances that happened at the end of the first book. I am thoroughly enjoying this. Very cute. Lauren Roberts' writing, she's so talented. There has been so many cute quotable moments and I'm loving it. It's super just wholesome and sweet. You know what's gonna happen. It's making me hopeful for a different ending. But I know it's not gonna be. I mean, I don't, but I do. I'm nervous to finish it. It's getting really good. I'm gonna go back to reading and we're gonna finish this. I went and got coffee, I collected myself, I gave myself time to process what I just read, and now we're here. I was kind of putting it off because I knew what was gonna happen. It's the same timeline that Powerless is happening, so you kind of already know what the ending's gonna be. If you have read Powerless, you know. I still stand by what I said. I feel like because it's so short, like I had a hard time feeling really connected to the romance in here, and because I knew the circumstances of what was kind of gonna happen. But with that said, do I think I could have read a full-length book about them? 100%. And there were definitely moments where I felt it could have been prolonged a little bit more or gone into a little bit more detail. I haven't read the sneak peek yet of Reckless that it comes with at like the very end. I don't know if I want to read it. I haven't decided yet. I might change my mind. Originally, I wasn't going to read the novella because I didn't think I was going to be interested in it, but I am super glad that I decided to pick this up. I haven't decided what book I'm going to read next yet. I am going to do some thinking on which one I'm going to pick up next, and then I'll be back. It's a little bit later. I've done quite a bit of reading this morning. It's also been a couple days since I actually started this book. I just haven't had the time to sit down and do a little update for you guys. I'm on page 191, so I'm a little over halfway. I'm loving this book so much. So much. As I've said before, this is my first Abby Jimenez book. I knew she was good, but I cannot believe I haven't picked up one of her books until now. This definitely has a subplot of a lot of deeper things, and for both of the characters in this one, it's definitely family trauma. So I would definitely look into kind of trigger warnings with that if you're interested in this book. It has brought out some emotional moments for me. No, after this, I'm gonna want to go down the rabbit hole that is Abby Jimenez's books. Every time I put it down to do something else, I find myself constantly thinking about the book, and that's how I know I'm really liking it. We're gonna continue reading this basically for the rest of the day. We're at a part in the story right now where the family trauma aspect is really prominent. I just think everything about it is done so beautifully. Abby Jimenez, her writing is so phenomenal. I'm really enjoying it. It's making me feel exactly what the characters are feeling. She's just so talented and I'm really loving this book. I kind of don't want to finish it. That's how much I'm really liking it. Really good so far. I'm gonna try to do some more reading tonight and I really want to finish it maybe in the next couple days. I just finished Just for the Summer. This book was so good and I want to read all of Abby Jimenez's books now. If you guys haven't read this and you don't want to hear any quotes or anything like that, skip ahead, but I just need to rant for a second, okay? Hear me out. He literally said, "And there wasn't a day that went by that I didn't feel her absence like a void in my soul. I missed her like I missed the sun in the winter." The best kind of love doesn't happen on moonlit walks and romantic vacations. It happens in between the folds of everyday life. I was grateful that the life I'd been forced into taught me this lesson. I wish I hadn't learned it with Emma, because nothing and nobody else would ever compare with anyone else. It was just folding socks on the sofa. This dealt with so much more than just romance. It was so deep and so well thought out. She really put so much time and effort into these characters and into the story. I actually really liked the end. I think because the book touched on a lot of really hard and deep aspects of life, I feel like having just like a sunshine and rainbows ending wouldn't have felt quite right. It wasn't sad, but it was emotional. And I feel like that's exactly what would have been realistic in this sort of situation. I'm not emotionally and physically ready to put it on my bookshelf yet. I don't know what to do now. I will check back in with you guys when I start our last and final book. Good morning, everyone. I'm kind of running late, so I'm gonna give you guys a little update while I'm making my bagel for breakfast. I started the reappearance of Rachel Price and I'm on page 30, chapter 4. And honestly, I'm not really in the mood for a thriller right now. I know we're just in like the building stages of the story, so I need to just stick through it at least till page 100. I'm having a little bit of a hard time getting into it or caring about these characters, I guess. They just started filming for the little documentary on disappearance of Rachel Price, and I know at some point she reappears, so I'm kind of waiting for that to happen to grab my attention a little bit more maybe. But that's where we're at right now. I need to just push myself to get to the 100-page mark and see how I'm feeling then reassess. So I'll check back in later. You guys, we got some bad news. I haven't been filming a lot. I had a very hectic couple of days. I just haven't had the chance to film. I'm on page 143. I pushed myself to get past the 100-page mark, okay? I think we're gonna DNF it. I'm sorry, okay? Put a lot of thought into deciding if I was gonna DNF this book. Let me preface by saying that this is a soft DNF. I was just thinking about it and I realized that in order to give you guys the content that I want to, I need to give a book its best chance. And right now, I am just not in the mood for a mystery thriller. Do I see the potential for this book being good? Absolutely. I am like enjoying it, but I feel like if I keep forcing myself to read it, I'm just not gonna rate it as high as I think I will than when I'm actually in the mood for this kind of book. I was just really nervous about disappointing you guys and not finishing this book. And I can also feel myself kind of getting in a book slump. But I can feel it coming on, and I just feel like if I keep forcing myself to read this book, I'm gonna get in a book slump. Please don't be mad at me. And I sincerely apologize. But we are going to pick that up another day. Honestly, I'm not that disappointed because I had so many good reads in this video. Because that was technically our last book for this video, that is going to conclude our little rating vlog. Go over and watch my April wrap up to see what I rated these books. I wanted to thank you guys so much for watching. I had such a fun time filming this. I love doing reading vlogs and hopefully you guys like watching them. Comment down below what your favorite book was out of this video if you've read them yet, and also comment down below other books you want me to read, other videos you want to see from me. I hope you guys enjoyed watching and I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you in my next video.